Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Becca, and today we are doing a greenhouse chores video, but we're starting the greenhouse chores video at my plant room, I guess. Really my front porch, because I went on a trip last week and I had all of these plants in my greenhouse, and then I realized that I did not hire somebody or ask somebody to come water them while I was gone. And with the greenhouse, it is a situation where it needs to be watered like multiple times a week just because it is so warm in there, especially in the summer. I did not have a contingency plan figured out. So I actually just brought them up to my front porch where I have this big tree, which provided some really great shade for them. And then it rained a couple of times while I was gone. So they weren't going to need, water necessarily throughout the week if they were in this spot, but the rain was just a happy thing that happened. So I need to bring them all back to the greenhouse. The greenhouse looks so sad and empty and I hate it. So we're gonna get going with bringing these back up there. I think I'm gonna use my lawnmower and the trailer attached to my lawnmower to get them up there because, my goodness, it's a bit of a walk. I don't know if the scale really translates in videos and all of that, but it is quite the trek to get up there. So we're gonna use some assistance from our trusty lawnmower. It is time to extend a plant plank. It's the first time doing this, and it really needs to get done. As you can see, this plant is really taking off in the greenhouse, and I don't hate it anymore as a result, and it is outgrowing the plank, like big time. But you can see that it has adhered to this really, really nicely. Let me bring it up closer so you can see. We've got roots going all down here. It's just looking really good. This is my first time ever doing an extension on a plank. So I've got wood glue and I also have mending plates. Just found these in my garage. I have 4 of them. And it actually does fit on this going like on the side of the piece of wood, which I feel like is gonna be really helpful. And then of course I'm also gonna do the front and the back. After I set this one up, I have really just made my planks a little bit bigger, like the full length that I would want the plant to grow to, just to avoid having to do this in the future, because it is just kind of an annoying and daunting process. I don't think it's gonna be necessarily hard, but I do worry about like the longevity of the process. But I think because I'm doing the glue, it should be fine. I have actually heard that wood glue is stronger than screws and nails. I don't know, but that's what I've heard. So I'm going to just like pre-drill all of these into this piece of wood so that I can just put it on and start drilling. I would have also really preferred to pre-drill these holes since I am drilling so close to the edge, but all of that stuff is back in my garage, and you guys, I have walked up and down that hill so many times. I'm done. So I'm just gonna go really slow and hope that I don't split the wood. All right, now we just gently move the plant and slide it on. I am kind of disrupting a little bit of aerial root right here, but it's attached all the way down here, so it should be fine. Honestly, that feels really secure. So I'm just going to finish up with the last 4 screws. Okay, it's in. And you know what, to be honest, the joint feels even more secure than down here. So I think that we've done a great job. And yeah, we'll just wait for this to attach. I am certain that it will attach very soon. And yeah, we will have a lot of fun watching that grow. Now I just need this bottom section to attach. That is the real test here. It has not yet, but it has put out some really pretty leaves. The bottom section has better variegation for sure. So I'm really hoping that it will attach and someday overtake this piece because it just doesn't have as good of variegation. All right, our next building project is going to be making a little wood crate planter for my fern because I want to hang it and I'm pretty excited about it, but I need to make it first. I'm really inspired by the orchid crates and I could very easily just like probably buy an orchid crate, but you know me, gotta DIY it. So this is the fern we're building for and I'm going to model it around the size of this pot, maybe like a little bit bigger actually, because I am nearly certain that this plant is filling up this pot. Although let me unpot it real quick to confirm that. It doesn't really want to be unpotted, which makes me think she's tight in there. Yeah, it's pretty tight in there. So we're gonna go for something a little bit bigger than this. Slightly wider, slightly taller, but this is what we're going off of. Oh geez. So I've got this wood here. These are 1x2s and it's made out of cedar tone. So it's pine that has been stained and sealed to look like cedar. So that's also what my garden is made out of. So I'm going to take the top of this pot and just use that to measure. This is really not very scientific. And then I'm just gonna use my first measurement to make all of the other pieces. I'm just gonna cut like a ton. Like I'm gonna cut this whole thing, probably both of these, with a bunch of, okay, Becca, explain. Sorry, when I get like overheated, I'm really bad at explaining things. So I'm going to use the top of this pot as a gauge for measurement. I'm going to make the pieces slightly bigger than the top of this pot, like maybe like 2 inches bigger. So I'm gonna take a screw. I mean, really, you should use a pen, but I never have a pen around. And we're gonna mark that. And then we're gonna cut that. And then we're going to just, well, first we're gonna cut 4. Then we're gonna cut 4 more, then 4 more, then 4 more, then 4 more. And we're just stacking them kind of offset from each other. I'm actually gonna look at a picture to make sure that I do it correctly. All of our base pieces are cut. Beautiful. These are not very good cuts. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, I went and got my miter saw so that I could straighten this up because it was really tragic using my cutoff tool. So I'm actually gonna use the grid here, which is really convenient. I'm making these about 1 inch apart, 2 square sections, and that should be plenty wide for my pot. Maybe I should do a little bit more, like 2.5 squares. Okay, that's better. And now I'm going to just make a piece that is the length of these. And then from there, I'm just going to stack them like one here, and then one here. And then, you know, you just kind of like Lincoln logs start stacking. So I'm gonna cut just a bunch more at this length. My box is made. I think it looks really cute. It's all just sitting on each other right now. I need to put in the screws. I think standing these up lengthwise is actually a really pretty move. It makes it look, well, obviously it's taller and uses less wood, and I think it just looks really pretty. So let's get started gluing and screwing all of these together. I'm gonna start at the bottom because we have these 4 pieces that need to be attached, and then we'll move our way up. We are gonna move on to our next task. So I let that wood crate sit for a couple hours to dry. Hopefully it is dried, because I did have a moment where it completely fell apart when I was trying to take some short form content of it. That was not fun. I just got an order that I placed to finish up those projects. I was thinking about how I wanted to hang them. So I got these chains that are usually on hanging baskets. They sold them like in a 3-pack, which is really great. But the next thing that I got is for my rain barrels, and the pump that I got is a hardwired pump. Like, it's not one that you can just plug in, which is what I was wanting. And I don't know how the hardwire situation evaded me. I don't know how I messed that up. And I'm pretty sure I missed a return window. So I think, well, since I have 2 rain barrels, I think on one of them I could use the hardwire situation, and one of them I could not, or I could just try to sell it on Marketplace. I don't know, I'm annoyed with myself for that one, because I didn't realize that it was hardwire until I opened it. And by the time I opened it and was like ready to use it, it was already past the return window. So I need to like not order things until I'm ready to use it, because I've done that several times. This is the new pump, and wait, I need to read this. Okay, I've consulted with my local plumber, and actually this is gonna be very simple. I was overcomplicating it. So first of all, this is where I need to get a flexible hose that will be a tight fit on here. And I guess it becomes watertight if it is tight enough, but I probably will also put like a zip tie or something else around it. And then this is where the hose goes, which I already plugged my hose into here, and it works great. Well, I haven't actually used it yet, but it fits on with this attachment. So yeah, I just need to get a long flexible hose that will attach to here, and then we just drop it into the rain barrel. I don't even have to drill into the drain barrel, which is what rain barrel. That was the thing that I was really dreading, because I had a feeling that I would have to drain the barrel in order to drill the hole, or else water would come gushing out at me and like be really disgusting. But with this method, I don't have to do that. So time to go to the store again. Hi everybody. We are underneath my little workbench where the sink is, because on the other side of this wall is my rain barrel. This rainwater barrel I'm planning to have for the greenhouse, and then the other rainwater barrel I was planning on using for the garden. They're both 50 gallons and they fill up really, really fast. So I'm thinking that that will be fine, but honestly, we're just gonna have to play it out and kind of see how it goes. But I'm gonna install it probably like right here. Now I need to get my bit that will make a hole. I have a small bit for that. So now all I have to do is grab this and then submerge it deep in here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to put a weight on it. Sure, it's not a rock, but that'll definitely hold it down. I heard it hit the bottom. Let's go inside to attach the horse clamp. Crawling down here is like not fun. Plus it's getting dark, so you might not be able to see fully what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do an iPhone video with flash so that we can see. So right here is where we need to attach the hose. So I'm first going to grab my horse clamp, take the tag off of it first. I'm going to tighten this up. Now we're going to take our tube. Oh wait, no. Put this on first and then put our tube. Fit this over the tube. And we're gonna tighten it right here. I'm just gonna do a little bit. I don't want to like over tighten, but yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's a little screw right here. If you've never used a horse clamp before, there's a little screw right there. I'm going to bite my phone because I need the light. I think that's definitely gonna be tight enough. I do believe that I got too much tube, but that's not the end of the world. I can cut it on the outside because I don't know if like all of this extra is going to affect like how fast the water comes out. I don't really know. Anyway, this is the plug, and And I don't think that I can plug it in the outlet that's like right above here because my vent fan uses like both of the spaces. So I do have an extension cord. I don't think it's gonna be long enough though. Let's see. Ooh, actually you guys, it does not need to use both of the spaces, but this is certainly not going to reach. So we do need some sort of extension cord, which I got one of these, just like little ones. I don't want this area to look too cordy because like that looks so ugly. It's like having this coming up right here. I also feel like that might not be very safe. I'm not gonna move the camera, but there's like a gap between the wood pieces that's like a little bit bigger than I would have wanted it to be. And I was kind of annoyed by that because it means that I bought bowed wood when I made this workbench. But right now, coming in handy because I think I'm gonna be able to slip this through. Woohoo! Now is the moment of truth. I'm gonna go attach the hose to this and then turn it on. All right, I've attached the hose. This is an expandable 25-foot hose, and it doesn't have a sprayer on it yet. I forgot to grab one, but I am going to plug in the pump, and I think as long as it's plugged in, it will circulate water, which reminds me, I got these waterproof cord covers. I feel like I should put this on it just in case. It's like a little cord house, I guess. I don't really know how does this thing open? Oh, easy enough. It's got some like rubber on the ends to keep the connection from getting wet, except you guys, this cord does not have a ground. Wait, does it? Ah, it doesn't have a ground. Oh my gosh. Does this one over here have a ground? This one has a ground. Okay, I am just going to switch. Okay, so now my fountain is not gonna have running water, but I really just need to make sure that this works. So I will loop through a different extension cord at another time. Ugh. Now it's the moment of truth. Whoa! We have water! Okay, careful not to get it in the power tools. Ooh, let's water my Monstera. Wow. Okay, admittedly, the water pressure, not amazing. But you guys, this is rainwater, and I'm not having to fill up a watering bucket to do this. This is free water for my rain barrel system. Oh my gosh. I feel really proud of myself right now. This is something that I was so incredibly intimidated by for a really long time for the greenhouse. It works amazingly. I'm really, really pleased with that. There was tape that comes with the kit for the pump that you're supposed to put around like the joints, and I didn't do that, and clearly that was a mistake. So I'm going to make sure that I fix that, but we freaking did it. The last thing that I really want to finish up for this video is adding the hangers for my crates that I made just to round out the video. I want to finish that project. So I was kind of waiting to do it until I had the water situation figured out. And you know what? I could probably even like get a splitter for it and have the hose also come through the sink, maybe, if I wanted. That's what these are for. They're for like RVs, so that's like their intended purpose. But I need to grab my cocoa peat. Where did I put the cocoa peat? I just stepped on it. I've got this block of cocoa peat, and I'm going to hydrate some of it and use it just to put around my fern, because I don't have any more soil and I really just need like water holding materials.